that the big thing for his team to do is stay close early because Skyview has so many shooters.
Snook,
you know, a little defense like that will help.
Snook, the very first time that you get to see him, he's already making dynamic plays, so maybe the adrenaline's pumping and maybe he can make an impact in this game. He's got the ball back in his hands on the left corner. They're playing some tenacious defense, really cutting and moving. Ball movement with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Let's see if he'll get a three-pointer off.
Miranda could shoot. Oh, that's off the rim.
Off the rim. Back the other way. Up and off the glass, and that's our first 2 points of the game right there. Number 22, Alex Marshall. Snook's really running. It seems like he's being the captain. He's really the team leader. And I think that's got to be at least an emotional boost for
just to have him out there, no doubt. And you know he's moving okay. I hope he's feeling good.
Another deep three off the near side and rebounded by Skyview.
Now Miranda's an inside out. He's one of the 2 posts that Columbia River starts, but he is a shooter. We'll see him take more of those this game. Here's Gruler, up. Nice shot.
Up and off the glass. It was, it was a great way to streak to the hoop on that one.
Now this is what Coach Long was talking about early, is staying with them. You know, don't let a 4-point lead become a 9-point lead.
And the first time you see Snook hit the ground, you kind of have to wince just a little bit and hope that he gets up, because it's got to shake your confidence a little bit. You know, going through a little bit of battling injuries over the last week and a half.
But you know that if that first fall doesn't hurt too much, then that'll give him some confidence that he can make it through this game and make an impact.
Miller flips it in. Back out to Kula. Back out to Miller. He misses. And that's a rebound down to Skyview. Squeaky Johnson sends it to the far side. Back to Johnson. Down to Gruler. It's a lot of ball movement. Thought about the three. 14 seconds on the shot clock. That's no good. Rebound back to Skyview. Kicks it back out. Drives inside. 2 defenders, and it's blocked.
Valdez got his hand on that one. Nice defense.
And that's the first one, and it's in. 4-3's the game, is the score. That's a 3-pointer right there for Snook. Gruler streaking towards the hoop. He flips it up and in, and that, you know, Orion, in the last couple games you were talking about how there's a lot of body contact that wasn't being called by the referees. We'll kind of see if that continues in this matchup as well.
Yeah, this is with both these teams being good shooters, it'll spread both the offense and the defense out a little bit. That was a nice take by Miranda. That's that'll work.
He's really taken a lot of the shots here in the early going.
Yeah, that's at least his 3rd shot, possibly 4th. I can't.
Near side for 3, and that's up and in.
It was squeaky.
9-5, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the first period. Nobody's really racing out to an early, huge lead just yet. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to have a good matchup. For 3, that one was deep, and that's off the front iron. Rebound by Gruler.
That was a good rebound too. He sealed Miranda down and grabbed it. That was nice, fundamental rebounding by the big man.
Kind of surprised he didn't really didn't set his feet very well for that 3. Maybe trying to catch the defense off guard. Miranda up and off the glass, no good.
Too strong.
Marshall gets the rebound. And that's down to Gruler. Will he get it? He does. Able to somehow grab that pass just in time before he flies out of bounds and gets the bucket. 11-5 is our score.
Great body control by Kyle Gruler on that catch. He was most of his body was past the backboard. He still put it up and in.
Snook That's nothing but net, but unfortunately for him, kick back out. Can we get for 2? And he does. The way Miranda got that and flipped it back in really was good effort. Squeaky, can he do it?
He made his first. Second one couldn't fall.
Yeah, they don't all fall. Still giving Snook a hard time for his air ball, but I have a feeling he's going to shoot another one.
Not another air ball, but another shot.
Shot here. It's not. Yeah. Miller hands it off to Snook. Behind the back, flips it over, and is it
too strong, out of bounds? Storm ball.
Thought maybe it was deflected, but it wasn't. Storm will get it.
35-second shot clock here at the boys' level.
Squeaky walks it up slowly. He's got Grueller coming inside. There's 2 big bodies, and will he get called for the travel? He will not. They're going to call that a jump ball? What was that?
No, they're just going to call it an up and down, it looks like, and Columbia River takes over.
I thought he was moving his feet a little bit much for that. So Kalua passes it off, and it's up and in by Valdez.
That was just a 2-point game. The game starting out, lots of scoring.
That being said, that defense right there lets Alex Marshall.
His second layup in that same spot.
Just an easy little bucket right there. It almost was like the defense fell asleep just a little bit. Snook on the far side, puts his head down. Can he get it? No. Rebounds off to McKinney.
McKinney with the crossover. Wow. Oh, little scoop shot doesn't go though.
Up and off the glass. Miranda gets the rebound. Snook brings it back the other way. He starts off to his left side. Flips it back around to Miranda. Can he get it? And he does.
That's Valdez. That's his second bucket in a row for the Chieftains, and now it's just a 2-point game, man.
13-11. 1 minute left to go. Less than a minute to go here in the first. And we have 3 defenders, and somehow he puts it up off the glass. That's Jace Chapman.
His first bucket of the night.
And that really was one of the keys for this game, is to see if we can get Chapman going early for the Storm. That 3 is no good.
Big rebound by Valdez, right back up and in.
That's some incredible heart by Valdez. There was a lot of people going for that one.
That's 6 points in a row for the Chieftains by Valdez, and let's be honest, a man of that size, a boy, a high school senior, just got the rebound, knew exactly what he wanted to do with it, turned around and went right back up.
Squeaky's directed some traffic, and Columbia River's doing a pretty good job of keeping some pressure, and they will get the shot off, but it is no good. 2 points is our is what's separating these two teams, the Storm and the Chieftains. 15-3 as we finish up our first quarter.
Hey, if you're a Twitter user, and I mean, it's 2019 now, right? Almost 2020. I'm sure you probably are.
You've heard of it.
You can and you should follow VPS Game Time to get the latest schedule information and more. I mean, that's how you find out where you can see these games. You can actually watch these games on VPS Game Time. Our Twitter handle is @VPS Game Time. We also share good sports news from around our area with that account, so follow us today. And you know, if you're cool, we might just follow you back.
I saw a really neat a dunk. I don't know if that was somehow on SportsCenter, up and under the leg. I mean, they're sharing some good stuff over there on the Twitters.
Nice. You know, it's here at the end of the first quarter, Kyle Grueller has 6 points for Skyview. Dylan Valdez, the leading scorer for the Columbia River Chieftains, he also has 6. And it's 15-13, and this has been an even game.
Talking to the coach today and talking about how Snook really isn't 100%, it's remarkable that he's out there. I don't know if it's an extra boost just for his leadership or what exactly. But
I mean, you see what a role he has for this team. He brings the ball up. He's driving it. He plays defense on their ball handler. He is an important part of this team.
So we have Owens in for the first time in this in this game over to Marshall. Grueller he kicks it back out to Squeaky for 3. He can't get his second one to fall on the night, and they're going to give him a hard time for an air ball.
And that Columbia River visiting crowd has some energy. They tell him all about it.
Brooks is the one who picks up the loose ball. He also checked in as the quarter began. And Skyview will take a timeout as they retain possession. Yeah, that kind of protected Brooks. He had 3 defenders just all over him once he got that ball. It's probably a safe thing to do, here 30 seconds into the second quarter. Just keep the ball, keep possession. Every possession in a game this close is crucial. So, good call there from Coach Matt Grueller. And Ryan, one of the things I was just noticing, being here at Skyview, you obviously expect that crowd to be loud, but the Columbia River crowd is not quiet themselves, giving a hard time to Squeaky and who have you. See, they travel well, especially for a rivalry game like this. Here in Skyview with the metal roof that just reflects the sound down. Always a playoff atmosphere in here. Chieftains coach, Coach Long, said he likes this. He likes playing here. It's always a challenge, but it's great preparation for the rest of the season and the playoffs where the Owens out to Brooks, and he knocks down the triple. That's a 5-point lead right there. Making his impact early.
Who was that? Was that Owens?
That was Brooks.
That was, okay.
On the far side, Snook has it. Will he kick it out? He will not, but he will get the call of a foul.
And they're going to give him 2 shots. They say he was not passing the ball off. He was going at the hoop there. It seemed like he was.
I was kind of anticipating the way that they kind of kick and slash that maybe as he was drawing in the defenders, that maybe the smart move was to kick it out for a 3. But 2 free throws is pretty good. The first one won't fall.
You can see that he may be a little rusty. A few of his shots have been underpowered and have just got in front of the rim. But if he can see a free throw go in, this is gonna help his cause.
Kind of makes you wonder. He's either going to get less rusty as the game goes on, or he's going to get a little fatigued as the game goes on. We'll kind of see how that goes. The second one will fall. 18-14 is our score. 6 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the second period. Grueller kicks it down to Brooks, back around to Chapman, back to Grueller. He'll take the deep 3, kicking his feet out, and he got it. 21-14. That's the biggest lead we've seen of this match for either of these squads. 9 already for Grueller, almost half of his team's points. He is a big source of points for them. He's a really important part of this team. On the far side, Kakula swings it back around for 3, off the front iron, and rebound, Skyview. Johnson on the near side, shakes left, shakes right, loses his defender, gets his defender back and passes it off. And we have a whistle. Now they're going to call a moving screen on that, but I think what it really was just a huge hard impact. Both guys moved once the impact happened, and they called it on the offense. Probably a safe call there. That was a lot of contact. A lot of big bodies. You don't need anybody getting hurt. See if the Chieftains can cut into this 7-point deficit. Kakula takes a 2 up and off the glass. That's no good. Bain gets the rebound. That's his first rebound of the game. Grueller, left corner. Down to Brooks. We have Squeaky at the top. 18 seconds left to go on the shot clock. That's a 3. And deep. That one's no good. Kick back out. Is Skyview going to get it? They will. That's Johnson. He'll pass it back out, but it's stolen by Snook. He's going to get bumped hard. He gave a little forearm on that. That was not a kind impact. Talking to Coach Grueller before the game, he said a lot of these guys on both teams, they've been playing together since 7th grade or earlier. These are 2 teams, they know each other well. They play multiple times a year. They've been playing
with and against each other for, in some of their cases, half their lives. This is a game that is heavy with emotion, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing.
And that's no good.
Moran, a great rebound with over 2 other Storm players.
Are they going to take the 3? He's looking. He takes it. That's no good. Rebound back out to Skyview, number 32, Cody McKinney.
Sort of a lull in the scoring here. It's been 21-14 for quite a bit.
Yeah, just wait. The moment you say it, Orion, it's going to happen.
I think that's why I said it.
Up and off
the glass.
The
baseline. Nope, he touched. I saw it too. Good call there from the referee, keeping his eye on that baseline.
Trying to squeak past his defender, couldn't quite do it. That's some hard-nosed defense right there. .423, 21-14, 7 points is the lead for the Storm. On the near side, we've got Miller.
This man defense that the Storm are playing, it's
Snook's having a hard time. He drives in. He's got 4 defenders in his face. That's why earlier when I was talking that I expect him to kick out, because there are a lot of open men around the perimeter.
Nice hands there from Valdez.
Miller has the ball. He's going to try and streak inside, but won't. Miranda up and off the glass. Will he get it? Tries to throw it off his defender. Can't do it. They're going to try and get the offensive advantage. And a whistle.
Looks like a timeout there from Skyview. That's their second timeout of the quarter.
It seemed like they were a little out of sorts as they brought the ball up. It kind of got trapped a little bit on the sideline. And
well, I'll tell you, Coach didn't look happy when he called that timeout. He called that timeout, and then he called out some choice words to his team, and they're all over there listening now. You know, so far, I'd say we've been stuck at 21-14 here for like 3 or 4 minutes. That's kind of what you got to expect in a game like this. They felt each other out. The scoring was intense. It was like 15-13 at the end of the first quarter. Storm came out and scored a free throw from the Chieftains. But I'll tell you, now you're seeing just how hard it is to score on a team of athletes, and both these teams are chock full of athletes.
It's just like hard-nosed down in the trenches, getting your nose dirty, trying to eke anything out.
Yeah, whatever you can do.
3 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the half, 21-14.
The Storm back on the floor. Here come the Chieftains.
Squeaky will get the ball on the other side of the timeline. Guarded by Faust. Flips it down to Grueller. He's going to be doubled up. Comes back out. Tries to slash back in. Up and in. That's 2. 23-14. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the half.
Grueller with 11 already, and he is a big scorer. He's big. He's a scorer. He's a big scorer.
I agree with you and support you 100%. Miller down to Miranda, and Snook behind his back. He's going to try and go up in and off the glass and will get the kind roll. Didn't have as many defenders crash down on him, partially because he was a little bit further away from the paint at that point.
Tricky dribble and a quick first step, and he was able to lose that second defender who was going to give him issues.
Miller, look to me from this angle, Miller pretty much smacked his man in the face. He didn't like the call. Maybe I saw it from the wrong angle. And as a result, Jace Chapman will get 2 from the free throw line. The first one is up and good.
You know, defending the interior this year for Columbia River, they lost a lot of length. Their graduating seniors last year, they graduated some tall players. They've got some, coming up, but it's a little bit of a different looking team than you saw from the playoff-bound Chieftains of last year.
Valdez with the rebound. And Faust down to Miller. Looking to direct some things. Goes to the far side. Is he going to pass it off to Snook? He will. Jab steps to his right. He really likes going down to the with that right hand, and he flips it up and in. 24-18, 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here in the half.
It really does feel like Snook, in just these last few minutes, is maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable with himself. He's not front of the rim anymore. He's going up strong and finishing those plays.
Not going straight down the lane, but a little bit off to the side. That one's up and no good. Valdez gets the rebound. Fights for that one. So far, the scoring lately seems like it's been Snook. We'll see if somebody else is going to get in on the action.
Oh, there's Snook.
Valdez is calling for the ball on the right corner. Will he get it? He up and off the top of the backboard. That's no good. Rebound to Alec Marshall. 24-18, 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go here in the half. Storm are leading this one over the Chieftains. Grueller steps back, and his man is down. Is he hurt? No, he's good. He was distracted, didn't put up the shot, but the rebound is up and in by Alec Marshall. Less than a minute to go here, 26-18. For a second, it looked like Miranda might have been a little banged up, but maybe more shaken than anything else.
Yeah, it was, he looked a little incredulous, like, am I not going to get a call there? I just got creamed.
And if I get up slowly, maybe I'll get this call, or maybe I'll throw him off because he's so wide open. That's for
Valdez
three.
Again.
And that one's
no,
up
that's not Valdez. That was
that one's Faust.
That was a bucket.
I think that's Faust's first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, it's the first time we've really seen him out there on the floor, I think.
He came in only a couple minutes ago. He's currently guarding Squeaky Johnson. Grueller's got it at the top. Back around to Johnson.
Out to Grueller. Let's see if he's all right.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing a little bit more Jace Chapman, based off of the importance of what Coach was talking about, getting him involved and getting him involved early. And
good defense on Chapman right there, actually, and Shook forced the turnover.
3 seconds left on the shot clock at that point. They really had to make some quick decisions and didn't quite work out for them. 5-point game, 6 seconds left to go here in the half. Snook goes left, goes right, goes left. He takes a three. It's in at the buzzer. Woo!
Wow.
26-24, and the fans for Columbia River are going crazy right now.
That's the way to end the quarter, and that takes Nate Snook all the way to 11 points now in the first half. He's tied with Kyle Grueller on the Storm for
they're leading all scorers both at the same time.
Let's look at some highlights. Well, actually, we're just gonna. So we need to stretch here a little bit, guys. So we're gonna show you some highlights here, I hope.
Yeah.
First half was a good one.
That's a long three right there.
And a comfortable three. And Grueller, he has taken it to the rim several times. He's also taken it in and backed it out and made it.
A lot of body contact. And there's Johnson getting his three going.
One shot. And now this was a time when Valdez had scored over and over again.
Really gotten on a roll.
Here's his
really being
went up with superpower there. Yeah.
Look at him grabbing the
Valdez
rebound.
Valdez finished the half with 6 points. Nice take there. We've now seen all of Valdez's 6 points. Nice highlights here from the highlight crew. Good job, boy. Grueller just
that step back three is. I mean,
he's inside, he's outside. He's making the short jumpers in the lane. That was another Snook take.
The way that Snook has really commanded this game has been really quite incredible for as injured as he is.
To end the half.
Right there at the half.
Buzzer.
It's that jab step and kickback, getting that extra space. It's remarkable that he can move that well with bone bruise and what have you.
So this has to be Coach Long of the Chieftains has to be happy about the score that we have right now. It's 26-24. His team's down 2 here at the half on the road. here in the Storm gym, which is a loud, rambunctious place, he has to be happy. He told us before the game, we just have to stick with the Storm at first. They are great shooters. They are going to score. We have to stick with them. We have to try to not let them, let the game get away from us. And boy, did they ever. A 2-point game at the half has to be a great feeling for the Chieftains. But the Storm, it's not like they haven't been able to do what they've wanted to do in this game. Grueller, he's inside, he's outside, he's in the mid-range. Squeaky Johnson's doing his thing. Chapman's gotten involved. The second leading scorer for Skyview right now is Alec Marshall. He's number 22. He has 6 points. Just like the second leading scorer for the Chieftains is Dylan Valdez. He has 6 points. A couple of threes, lots of great shooting from both of these teams. 3-point bombs coming.
They're really doing it, Valdez is doing it on the inside, he's doing it on the, Snook is doing it on the outside. They're really showing, they got voted, I don't know if you saw this, Orion, they got voted number 5 in the 2A coaches poll this week. And it really, they're a 2A school going up against this 4A school. This is no small feat. And if you look at how Columbia River, how Skyview has gotten their victories. They're 2-1 on the season. Their 2 victories, they started out their game in the first quarter 22-11, a hot start. In the second victory that they had, they started on a 15-0 run. That's how they got their victories. But when they lost to Evergreen, they started out the game with only 4 points in the first quarter. So if they can get out hot early, they can get Jace going, they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
But Jace hasn't gotten going. And do you credit the defense for Columbia River at this point, or what are you thinking?
Well, I think there's a combination of things. There's been good defense from the Chieftains, but also they're just sticking with them on the point side of things. It's a 2-point game. There's been a ton of threes. I think that having Nate Snook back in the lineup has to feel great for the Chieftains. He's their guy. He's their anchor. He's the guy who's bringing the ball up the floor. He's a terrific shooter. It's been an incredibly important guy to have around, and so I think that's a difference too. But right now, this is anybody's game. If the Chieftains can keep it close here on the road, this second half could go in either direction. And I'm sure in the locker room right now, they're talking about taking care of the ball and getting good shots. Not shooting into these double teams, but looking for the open man and looking in the post. Now, the Chieftain defense in the post has been strong, and they've had really good rebounders. They don't have a lot of height, but they're tough. And there is some height on Skyview, but it's not really that much more. So I feel like this is so far an evenly matched game. It's an exciting game. I've seen inside-outside play from both teams. I think this is this second half. I'm really excited for it. It's anybody's game, and I'm kind of stoked we're here. And everybody in front of us is sitting down now, so we can watch this shooting competition here at halftime.
The one thing that I did want to bring up about Skyview in their last game, not only did they start the game in a 15-0 run, they started the second half with a 7-0 run, and that really was the difference in their victory over Prairie. So if, keeping up with that team, keeping up with, the adrenaline that you get from the coach at halftime that says, hey, guys, we've got these guys, we're at home, let's do this thing. I think Snook kind of figured out a little bit about how he's able to attack on the interior, a little bit further away from the hoop itself, north and south.
But I also feel like his shots were coming up short. He even was coming up short on his free throws. And so he started taking the ball to the hoop. And he got to see the ball go in on some layups. And that kind of got him. He made his first 3, and it was nice. But then he had a cold streak. He took it to the hoop, and that got him able to make that to make that three-pointer at the buzzer. So, hey, we're going to send it back to the VPS Game Time. It's going to take over here for a minute. We'll see you back here in a few minutes for the second half of the Storm and the Chieftains. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Liam Clark, the VPS Game Time intern. Today we're previewing the Skyview boys basketball team. They reached the by-district tournament and were just short of getting to state last year, but they're confident that they can do better.
I think our returning players are looking forward to trying to make a little bit of amends for not making it as far.
Hi, I'm Liam Card, a VPS Game Time intern. Today we're previewing the Skyview boys basketball team. They reached the by-district tournament and were just short of getting to state last year, but they're confident that they can do better.
I think our returning players are looking forward to trying to make a little bit of amends for not making it as far as we wanted to last year.
Being so close to it the previous year, the Skyview boys now have their eyes set on the state tournament.
3 of these guys were on the team that made it to our first state tournament 2 years ago, first state tournament in school history, and I think they definitely want to lead the way to get back to that.
Individually, just looking to help the team out, play really well, hopefully make it back to the state. Individually, hopefully I can lead the team in rebounds, be up there with assists, points, just do everything I can to help the team.
With the boys being riddled with injuries over the summer, one of their main goals is to stay on the court.
But going into this year, we want to make sure that we stay healthy, compete, and I think if we do that, we have a chance to compete for a league championship and again try to get back to the state tournament. So I think those are the big goals, are to make sure that we're just getting better every day, and especially when it comes to the guys that haven't been on the team the last few years. Those guys need to be able to learn what it takes to play hard at the varsity level and compete at the varsity level so that we're as strong as we can be.
And even with the team having some new faces, they're all on the same page.
This season, I think we have a really good group of guys. I think most of our mindsets are going back to state. I think we all have a mind that we can start competing for the state championship this year. Just looking around at the 4A, it'll be tough, but I think our whole team has a good understanding of where we're at.
They practice 6 days a week, a couple hours each day, and hope the high spirit during the practices translates into the games.
Just the all-around lovingness of the team. We're all jumping around, screaming, dunking, so it's been really fun so far just to see all the energy and the atmosphere around the practice.
Skyview's going to be a fun team to watch this year. We got some great kids who really play hard, and you put those two things together, great teammates. It looks like it's going to be a pretty successful season.
You can watch a Storm against
rivalry game. The Storm versus the Chieftains, Skyview and Columbia River. I'm your host, Jason, alongside my co-host, Orion. Orion, how you doing?
I'm good. This is my second or third time here in the Skyview Storm gymnasium. I called the Skyview Columbia River game last year. This is big time basketball.
We've got good participation by all the kids standing up in front of us. Makes it a little difficult, but still a wonderful atmosphere.
So after making the three but right at the buzzer, Columbia River starts the second half with the ball.
Kukula around to Miller, back to Snook. He goes to his left, gets his defender crossed up a little bit. Is he going to streak to the left? He's got a little bit of help. He takes a three instead. It's no good. Up off the backside, Alec Miller gets the rebound.
I'm going to guess that guy's name is Kukula because it looks Finnish, and I grew up with some Finnish folk. And Kukula, maybe that. I wish I knew for certain. I don't have any idea.
I generally defer to what you have to say because you're one of the smartest people I know.
Right.
That one's up. That one's no good. Who's got the rebound? Gruler. He goes back up. Does he get the foul? He does.
Nice rebound there, surrounded by purple jerseys, or blue on your screen, and
Valdez.
And he came down with it. Looks a little hurt. Looks a little shook up. Maybe not the gentlest rebound there, but
Valdez is the one they call the foul on. First free throw is up and good. 27-24 is our score. 7-12 here left to go in the third quarter.
Gruler, the game's leading scorer, he's got 12 points now, looking to make it 13 and give his team a 4-point lead, and he does.
Snook directing traffic. The defense kind of sets itself up. We got Kukula. Is that what you said?
I do.
All right.
I do want to say that I'm feeling that name.
All right. Flips it out to Valdez, down to Kukala for three. It will not go. Rebound down to Alec Miller. Or I apologize, Jace Chapman. Not really calling his name a ton so far. A little surprised. Down, back around the horn to the far side.
Real good on-ball defense here from the Chieftains.
And Grueller was able to slip behind the defenders on that one. Caught, who was that? Was it Kukala up off guard?
I think they might call that one on Valdez again. No, you're correct.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
You know, he left his feet and as a result left himself vulnerable. For three, that's number 24, Jace Chapman, on the board. And that's his 6th point of the contest.
A 3, a 2, and a free throw.
We got Miranda, flips it back out to Kukala. Can he get it? No, he can't. Chapman gets it. Maybe Chapman will be the hot hand that Skyview needed. Down inside, and that's a quick jam for Grueller.
For the slammer jammer.
I halfway expected them to call a timeout, and they do, just to make sure this doesn't get out of hand. The deficit at this point is 9 points for the Chieftains, 33-24, 5 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in the third.
And this is what, if you're Coach Long of the Chieftains, this is something you had to worry about, was exactly what you wanted at the start of the game, your team to stay close, not let the shooting take you out of it, and now here to start the second half, and now is when this starts happening. This is the biggest lead of the game. A sweet dunk there by Grueller.
See, Chapman only having 3 points in the first half doesn't fit the team that necessarily wins. In his last game against Prairie, he had career highs in both points and rebounds, 26 points, 9 rebounds, including 9 of their 15-0 run in starting the game. So if he can be the spark plug, this thing could get out of hand.
And you know, he's a good rebounder, he's a big guy, but he's also great off the dribble. You've seen him take the ball back out from the key and score. So a well-rounded player is the coach's son, Kyle Grueller.
Miller streaks to his right, decides he wants to dump it off and does. And they're going to call a whistle. They're calling that one on Alec Marshall, number 22 for Skyview, his first. So they'll just take it out of bounds.
I think that this interior length on Skyview is starting to maybe bother the Chieftains a little bit. They aren't getting inside like they were before.
And that's one of the things that really makes them a difficult defensive matchup. And that's for three, up and off the rim, and Grueller grabs the rebound. 33-24, 5 minutes left to go in the third. Storm are leading the Chieftains. Streaks to the right, kicks it back out to Squeaky. Grueller's doubled up, and Snook gets his hand in there, and that's picked up by Valdez.
Good read there, good read by Snook.
Really have a good idea how important he is to their squad. Putting a second defender isn't necessarily the worst idea in the world for the Chieftains.
And yet another rebound by Grueller. He's sort of starting to own that defensive paint. Grueller in the high post can pass out.
Squeaky for three. Will he get it? He will not.
Another rebound for Grueller. He's going after every ball right now, man.
It's a high motor on this kid. Squeaky's directing some traffic. Not a lot of movement. 22 seconds left on the shot clock. He's got time. From the corner, it won't happen, and the rebound's down to Miranda.
Halfway through the third quarter, the Chieftains have not yet scored in this quarter. Let's see if this here
Will
is
Miller
the
get
answer.
it? He does! 3 points, 33-27 here with under 4 minutes left to go in the third.
That's got to feel good for Columbia River, seeing some points go up on the board there. That's got to feel good.
He really had all day if he wanted it. And we have a whistle.
Good find there on the pass too. Now, at this point, A little less than half of the third quarter left in a 6-point lead.
They call that a foul on Miller, just FYI, his second. Go ahead, Orion.
Well, no kidding.
For three, Jace, no good. They're going to call that one an over the back, I'm guessing? Yes, they do, off of Grueller.
You know, he thinks every rebound's his.
Is he holding his arm in a weird way? His wrapped arm, his left arm?
Yeah, and that was off the foul down below a couple minutes ago seemed to affect him before he shot those free throws. He made both of his free throws, but it looked like he was kind of trying to get feeling back or something like that.
Something to keep an eye on. Valdez goes up for it, knocks it out, and they're going to call it. I think they're going to call that off of Valdez.
Yeah,
I thought he put his hand in there.
The visiting crowd on the other side of the gym there doesn't agree, but from up here it looked like Valdez is the one that tapped that out.
I think Valdez would have blocked their view, so I can understand their frustration a little, but I don't believe they're right.
Oh, you know, the fan is always right.
6 points.
And the ref and the coach.
6 points is the lead for the Storm with 3 minutes left to go. We've got good ball movement, and Squeaky takes a three. That one's up and in. Getting the three back that Miller had gotten the Chieftains just moments ago.
Now that is like the third or fourth time this quarter that Grueller has gotten the ball inside and has found Squeaky open on the wing, and that time he converted.
And Izzy tripped. It looks pretty. Alec Marshall went up. It looked like he was tripped on his way up. Went down a little hard. And they're going to call the foul.
So here we have a 9-point Storm lead with a chance to make it double digits. This is kind of a pivotal moment here with a couple minutes, 2.5 minutes left in the third. A 10-point lead starts putting, little tendrils of doubt in the fans and on the floor.
Hort got called for that particular foul. The first one is free throw is up and bounces around on most of the parts of the rim.
It introduced itself to about all the orange metal up there it possibly could before falling off. How you doing? Good to meet you, Rim. Good to meet you, Ball.
Not so nice to meet you.
See ya.
And the second one is off the back iron, and the rebound is out to Faust. 2.5 minutes, 36-27.
Now Snook's not on the floor for Columbia River right now. I wonder if he's getting a rest or if he's hurting. Who we do see out there is Kjort, who's a sophomore.
Faust for two. He's able to knock that one down. It's a long two.
So what could have been double figures is now just a 7-point lead for the Storm.
Grueller around to Squeaky for a deep three. He knocks that one down.
Again.
And that makes it a 10-point deficit here with just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Miller?
That's 3 threes in this game for Squeaky Johnson.
And Miranda will take it. That one's no good. And the rebound somehow. Faust will get it in traffic. 3 defenders around. Kicks it around to Miller. He flips it up and in for a deuce. 1.5 minutes, and they're going to take a timeout for Skyview. 8 minutes is the difference at this point.
So 1.5 minutes left in the third. You can see the score there on your screen, 39-31. So hey, this is something I'm personally really stoked about as a teacher at Fort Vancouver High School. You've got to see this. It's a great event for all high school basketball fans. It's coming up right after Christmas, the 27th, 28th, and 29th. That's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after Christmas, a holiday tournament, the Fort Vancouver Holiday Tournament. Some of the best boys and girls teams from all around the area. 3 days of competition. You can find the bracket online right now. This is going to be a fantastic tournament. The first time Fort's done one of these in a long time. Hoping to raise our profile a little bit, let everyone see our new bleachers. But I have one piece of advice for you. If you come, either stand the whole time or bring a pad for your buns, because these new bleachers are rigid. They're built to withstand the stomping of 1,550 excited trappers. So for you, if you're a basketball fan, I highly recommend you come check out the Fort Vancouver Holiday Tournament.
Is that a tactic to build very uncomfortable bleachers so that everybody stands and the excitement builds?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because
trying to steal some nachos from kids around here.
I mean, you can't just come stand next to me with a thing of nachos and not expect me to go for it.
That's, if I was a baseball player, I would totally be grabbing nachos from the first row of fans quite often.
Yeah.
Johnson takes a three. See if he can do it again, and he does.
The fourth three of the game for Johnson. He's now up to 12 points.
42-31. 11 points is our difference at this point. Snook is back in. Miller with the ball, the top of the key. He goes to his left. Can he get some space? He can't. Dumps it off. Miranda.
Snook is back in there, yeah.
Back round to Snook. He's getting 2 defenders, maybe a third if he got all the way through, and they're going to call a jump ball on that as he got tied up with those 2 defenders. They're not going to give him much space if I were to take a guess.
Especially you think about it, like he's the one doing the damage. He's the one who can attack off the dribble. So you want to seal that opportunity off for him. You can see he's a little gassed, but he's doing all right. Still recovering from that bone bruise he suffered against that Australian team in the early exhibition part of the boys' schedule.
Chapman bringing things across the timeline, flips it around to the near side. We've got Marshall back to Johnson. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall thinks about it, not really. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 26 seconds left in the quarter. Grueller, it gets tipped.
Valdez comes up with it. He pushes it ahead.
Shot clock is off. 16 seconds. They can hold for the last shot if they'd like.
Yeah, you definitely want to cut this back to single digits before the fourth quarter. So a smart shot with no time left on the clock is going to be the move of choice here.
3 seconds. They're calling a whistle. Is it a foul? They step on the
No, it
sideline?
was before he went to the sideline. That's going to be that's a foul on Marshall. And this is with 2.8 seconds to go. That, I think, is a smart foul. Foul on the floor, no free throws, and now the Chieftains have to get a shot off here in less than 3 seconds.
And Snook's going to be the one inbounding, so it's not like he can catch it. That was deflected before it gets in, and they're bringing time off of the clock. 2.1 seconds here left in the period.
Brilliant hands there by Xavier Owens. Haven't seen him much this game, but that was just a terrific defense.
Off the defender's back, he puts it up, and
my goodness. What kind of excellence was that from Nate Snook? Just heads up.
Snook could not get it in. Saw his defender was looking the other way, threw it off his back, got the ball off of his own defender. We're seeing a replay right here, and puts it up over 2 defenders.
That was an amazing play.
That's one of the best plays I've seen in a while.
That was really
Let
cool.
alone from a high schooler. I just mean in general. The heads-up play by Snook.
And that shows his importance for this team. I mean, he is the motor. And you see your best player make a play like that, especially in the discomfort that he's in from his injuries. That's got to be good for the Chieftains. But, the Storm right now, with a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter, it's about continuing to play how you've been playing and trying to limit the Chieftain opportunities, especially from the three-point line, and take this home win.
At this point, we've got a 9-point difference between the two squads. I mean, it's not insurmountable the way that they had scored early. The way things kind of slowed down in the second and a little bit in the third. I mean, what are we thinking? Is it possible to put up enough of an onslaught, or is Snook just, unfortunately, the best thing that they got going? And at this point, they're going to be double and triple teaming it.
Yep, and now that's going to make it. It's going to be up to,
Valdez maybe getting some open looks if he can get off of his man, maybe.
Yeah, Miller, Faust maybe.
On the near side, we've got Miranda. He stumbles. He's on the ground. Did he slip? It looked like he slipped to me.
I think someone stood on his foot.
They're going to call a foul.
I don't know if he was shooting. No, they're going to call it out on the side. So
Eric Marshall gets the foul. Or no, I thought they called that on Marshall. It says on the scoreboard, Grueller.
Feels like Coach Long's out there calling for some free throws.
He kind of hit a little hard.
Yeah,
it sounded like
here.
a knee hitting hardwood pretty hard.
It sounded like the Skyview band with a big old crescendo at the end of "You Give Love a Bad Name," like they were just playing. Ba-doom, boom. Poor guy.
Yeah, I don't envy the way his knees are going to feel tomorrow.
They're cleaning up the sweat spot. You know, Miranda's been working hard out there. He's playing inside and outside, and so a guy like that goes down, it leaves a mark on the floor. What grade in school are you? So we got a 7th grader ahead of us. He's at the back of the crowd. It's hard to see over some of these taller people in front of him. So he's watching the broadcast that you're watching, and you know, not bad.
Grueller gets the ball that gets tipped around, and he'll grab the ball, take it up on the right side, hands it off to Jace, down to Alec. Around to Squeaky, directing some traffic on the far side.
Absolutely, clearing it out for Grueller. But Grueller, it's not cleared out. There's 3 guys surrounding him.
Well, they know how important he is. He flips it over. That's a great pass, but unfortunately for Skyview, it doesn't fall, and Snook will bring it back the other way. 42-33 with only 7:15 left to go. Squeaky Johnson, will he go coast to coast? He puts it up. It's off. Rebound Skyview. Up. Off again. Rebound down to Miranda.
Yeah,
Miranda didn't give up on that. It looked like that one could have been an easy 2 points.
And he had to defend several shots.
Miller gets it rejected by Grueller.
Grueller sent that into a whole nother area code. He said, hey, go to the 425, go to the 206, go to the 509, but get out of the 360.
Just under 7 minutes to go, 42-33. And Skyview will bring it back in. Miller around to Snook. He flips it down, and that's the alley-oop and up off the glass.
Valdez's first bucket of the second half. He's got 8.
Valdez is somebody that they need to get going. He was such an important role in the first half.
He's still been rebounding this half, but
Marshall goes inside, he flips it up, it's no good. Rebound down to Skyview.
Yeah, Valdez takes it away from Marshall and gets it to Miller, who gets it to Snook, and here's Snook.
Snook's kind of getting himself in the corner. Hopefully he doesn't get himself in trouble, because I would have sent 2 defenders personally, but the way they've been doing things. We've got McKinney, flips it down to Miller. He's going to put it up, and that one's in for the quick turnaround shot.
Miller with 7 in the second half after just 2 in the first. He's making an impact. It's now a 5-point game.
That was not an easy shot. Didn't set his feet. Grueller goes to his right side, spins, got 2 defenders as he fouled across the arms. It looks like they're going to call that.
Yeah, that was, you know, in a way, after a spin move like that, and he had an open look at the basket, probably a smart foul. Although Grueller, as we've seen in this game, is an effective free throw shooter, and he can get his points here, no problem.
So they call that one on Valdez, his second. First free throw is up and good. 43-37, under 6 minutes left to go in this contest.
Grueller now with 16 in the game, 5 here in the second half.
Second one is up and good.
Fundamentals, plays like a coach's kid, doesn't he?
It's important.
I mean, you got to take those free throws. They're free, man.
We've got McKinney around to Miller. Snook on the near side, 1 defender. There's a second one on the inside, flips it out to the outside. He's got McKinney, and that one's up and out.
Oh, that's Faust.
Oh, I apologize, sorry.
Yeah, it's
Faust.
Sorry.
Thank you. Johnson. Around to Marshall. Good movement by Skyview. Around to his left hand. Up and off the rim. They are going to say he stepped on the baseline, and we're going to go the other way.
That was the interior defense on both of these teams. It's strong defense, both. Got 5 minutes left in the game. 7-point lead for the Skyview Storm.
Snook goes to his left, has 3 defenders,
by Chapman.
Stripped, and that one's picked up by Bain. We haven't seen him too much in this game so far.
That was good hands from Chapman. He just stuck his claws out, got that dribble at just the right time, took it right away.
Johnson slowing things down. 20 seconds left on the shot clock, so he's not too worried about it. He gets grabbed basically around the shoulder, and they're going to call that one every time.
Yeah, the clothesline, an effective move in the squared circle.
I was kind of, Snook goes, "Why did you call me for?" And I was like, dude, you turned his shoulders. If you turn his shoulders, it's you can't say there was no contact. Maybe that's the new move from James Harden going forward, you know, where a weird flop where you move your shoulders.
Yeah, little shimmy, shimmy foul.
I'll send him a tweet, see how that works out.
Well, we'd probably see a ton of incredulity.
Clear lane, and somehow that one doesn't fall for Jace Chapman, and the rebound goes the other way. It was almost like he was surprised how wide open he was. And that one drops for three. It is somehow a 4-point game with 4 minutes left to go as Snook drains a three.
But he took that in rhythm, too. He was back from the line. He took it off the dribble and just elevated and sunk it. Good confidence. Chapman
down to Squeaky. He goes to his left. He's got one defender, and that one's going to be knocked off of Valdez, and they're going to bring the ball's going to stay with the Storm for this one. We're getting down to crunch time. It sounded like things were going to get a little out of hand the way things were going, but we have a 4-point game. Grueller bodies up.
Oh, they called a travel.
But they're going to call a travel.
There is so much they could have called in that. He was grabbed, he walked, he made the shot, and no basket. Goes back to Columbia River with a chance to cut the Storm lead to 1 point.
We have Snook on the far side. He's going to get
very
a strip,
well
but grabs it back. And I tell you what, the defense from from Brooks is right in his face.
Yeah, he was going with him on the crossover, going with them on the change of direction. That was nice.
Where you go, I will be there. So,
every dribble you take.
That three-pointer is off and no good. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, and we have a whistle.
Now that is the 7th foul by Columbia River. Now what this does is this gives Grueller a 1-and-1 at the free throw line. Probably, he had the ball on his side. It was probably a fine risk for Hjort to take, but as we've seen in this game, man, Grueller can make free throws.
First one is up and good. That's Hort's second foul of the game. 3:10. The difference is currently 5 with the Storm up over the Chieftains, 45-40. Grueller has a second free throw coming. Will they get this one? It is no good, and that rebound is down to Valdez. Snook brings it across the timeline slowly, tries to get his offense set, gets a little bit of a pick, sends it to the far side. Hort, will he travel? He does.
I don't think that's a good call. I think that's a bad call.
And Hort's actually trying to argue that it was tipped by Skyview, deflected, and shouldn't have been called as a travel. Squeaky Johnson will take it across half court. Gets it back on the far side. Down to Jace. He sends it inside, and that will be a travel. That will be a travel.
You don't say.
5 points separate us. 2.5 minutes left to go in this rivalry game between Skyview and Columbia River. Snook looked like he was going to get double teamed. Goes to the inside, kicks it out to Hort. Will he knock down three? He will not. The rebound down to Miller. He puts it back up and in. Timeout.
One of the shortest, smallest guys on the floor got in amongst the big trees, elevated, got that ball, and put in the offensive putback.
How did he get that?
I mean, he just right place, right time, right energy level.
There's so many larger bodies out there. Where is his height? Miller's 6'2". What? Yeah, okay. I apologize to Miller. Maybe it's just because he's thin. Doesn't come across as imposing from up here. I apologize.
I'm not.
Maybe it's 6'2" with shoes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not my place to say.
Either way,
he's not as tall as some of the other players that he just outleaped and outworked for that offensive rebound and putback.
Either way, it's a 3-point game.
2:19 left. This is, here on VPS Game Time, you get the good stuff. Hey, check out the schedule next week. Watch. You'll love it. We got Skyview at Fort Vancouver on Tuesday. We got Skyview at Hudson's Bay girls basketball on Thursday. You can see it on Comcast Channel 328. You can see it on our YouTube, our Twitter, and our Facebook channels. However you get your video, make sure you watch and enjoy. Our schedule is full coming up in January. We've got tons of games, tons of stuff. A great place to keep up on your local high school sports. Back in action now.
Grueller really is holding that left arm in a weird way. I don't know if it's just part of the time he's dribbling with it, so it can't be encumbering him that much. But the way he's playing, it's amazing that if he's not 100%.
It could be his muscly arm, and it's just,
just the way he holds it. I don't know. Squeaky kicks it out to the corner. He gets it back, takes a three. That's off the rim. Rebound.
But Grueller's in there. One-handed rebound.
He's got 3 defenders. It's kicked around, and Chapman throws it back to Squeaky, and they get a new shot clock with 1:35 left to go. Up by 3. Grueller has it. Around to Squeaky.
A stop here would be great for the Chieftains. A bucket here would be great for Skyview.
13 seconds left on the shot clock. Up and off the glass. Who gets the rebound? It's up. Hort gets it. They're going to blow a whistle.
Yeah, it appears as though McKinney fouled Miranda as he grabbed that rebound.
As their arms kind of got tangled up with one another.
So the Storm not yet in the penalty. One more foul, though, by them, and it'll put the Chieftains on the free throw line. That was the kind of stop they needed, though. In a 3-point game. Oh.
For 3, he's not going to get it. It's blocked.
Denied by Marshall.
1 minute to go.
On the 3-point line, and he is pumped up. Marshall is flexing.
What are you doing right here if you're Skyview? Are you trying to milk the clock a little bit, or are you trying to get the first good look that you can get?
Well, I milk it, and then I go to Grueller and let Grueller decide if he wants to shoot or get the ball out to, because the defense will collapse on him.
Grueller goes to his right, does a spin move. Will he put it up and in? And he does! 34.8 seconds left to go. The shot clock is off.
Grueller's up to 20 points now in this game on that really tremendous move with the spin and the short little jumper. Man, that's
it. That's been kind of his move here in the second half, especially.
Yeah, he's comfortable dribbling the ball. He's comfortable facing the basket, going back to the basket, and shaking his defender off with a spin. It's
generally to the left, towards the inside, and that one I thought.
Hey, by the way, we got to give these guys props. These are the people, the high school students from your Vancouver public high schools who are running this whole operation. They're working the booth. They're working the cameras. Every video you're seeing, every camera shot, all the replays, all done by video students from Vancouver public schools. All the high schools and several of the middle schools have video production classes. These guys get to learn how to be professional news and sports and film producers, cameramen, and camerawomen, and this is a great example of the things that kids are learning.
Well, here we are.
5-point game, 35 left. Snook's got to bring it up. He's
not touching the ball, making sure that he has all the time that he's got. Miller decides to go to his right, hands it off to Snook. He's going to go further to right. He'll take a short jumper. It will be no good. Rebound down to McKinney.
And now
and he'll foul Squeaky. And that's not exactly what Skyview was, or what Columbia River was hoping for. They look a little dejected, at least in the faces of Miranda and a little bit on Valdez. We'll see how this shakes out. We still have 17 seconds left to go. There's plenty of time. First one is up and off. That's a rebound.
Now there's got to be some urgency on this. You need a shot and another foul.
He puts it up for three. It's up and off the rim. Rebound down to Skyview. He flips it around for three again. No good. Puts it back up, and that is the game. That was a good game, Orion.
Holy cow.
Skyview Storm take out the Chieftains of Columbia River 47-42 in our rivalry game. Here's some highlights. The first half, a lot closer than a lot of people saw. Snook came out. Weren't sure if he was going to play, but he's hidden from deep.
And then Grueller, who was inside, outside, rebounding, defending, had a critical block.
Squeaky hit quite a few threes.
Squeaky Johnson had 4 threes on the night. That's all of his points. Let's see.
There's a lot of interior. It's not just three-point plays. It's interior plays.
That was Valdez who really kept him in the game in that first half.
Just a lot of heart. Look at him and the way he's really just moving himself to get down low.
Here's
and
Grueller,
there's your step back.
Nice step.
How do you defend that? He's
Grueller,
tall enough the way it is.
I mean, I'm telling you. And this is where Snook started feeling his oats a little bit. When we started taking it to the basket. And right here,
so they can do it on the inside and they can do it on the outside. Yeah,
that went in. Storm was up 2 in to end the first. Second half, Grueller with the just
Chapman really started to get involved.
Let's see that from another angle, man.
Well, yeah.
No problemo.
There's Johnson for 3.
Another 3 from him.
But you know, Columbia River's not going to do nothing. They're not going to roll over. Up in the inside,
Miller had
to get
9 in the second half. That was 2 of his 9. And then this amazing move to end the third quarter. 2 buzzer beaters in 2 consecutive quarters for Snook. And then that nice alley-oop layup to Valdez. And this is where it was anybody's game, man. Snook was hitting. It got so close, but man. Oh, that was Grueller called for the travel.
Things seemed to get a little out of control in the third.
That's where Grueller did his spin move, and that really was the shot that sealed it.
Sealed it.
What a game, Jason.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody who joined us. I mean, just the enthusiasm for all the kids. I want to thank everybody who did all the work behind the scenes. It was a heck of a game.
And congratulations to the Skyview Storm. They get a big, big win, a rivalry game, keep the home crowd happy. It was a packed house here, really a fun atmosphere, and we saw some really good basketball. So I was happy to be here.
Same here. I'm guessing we're wrapping this thing up. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, and we've got some more games. Check us out on Twitter and Facebooks and all the social medias. You'll figure it out. Thank you very much for joining us for tonight's Skyview Columbia River match
on VPS Game Time.